Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. Hey guys, welcome back. So we left off here in the ants colony. And doing the farmers ever investigate stuff, so let's get into it.
If you're ever stuck, check the lab tab. This anthill is probably where those giant ants used to live. Anthills are complex constructions with many chambers connected by tunnels. Like the ants, each chamber has a function like being a nursery, waste disposal, fungi garden, or keeping aphids. Look, there's one of the minor ants doing its job, collecting food and leaving a trail of pheromones to tell the other leafcutter workers are actually divided into 4 subgroups based on their sizes. The smallest ones are minims. Major ant mandibles are strong enough to even take on large enemies like anteaters and armadillos, even when they're regular size.
Mission: investigate leaf cutter ants.
Look, there's one of the minor ants doing its job, collecting food and leaving a trail of pheromones to tell the others where to go to get more. Major ant mandibles are strong enough to even take on large enemies like anteaters and armadillos, even when they're regular size. Great, that was all the shrinkagen to be collected around here. Now, let's get those ants all together so we can shrink them. Back to the human realm we go. This is a major leafcutter ant. Majors are the biggest of the 4. This one is a minor, one of the smaller leafcutter ants. Leafcutters live. I don't think the ant is just splashing around. It's actually trying to pick up some water. At their regular scale, ants can carry drops of water because the surface tension of a tiny drop is enough to hold it together, like a little elastic ball. But at this scale, water behaves, well, watery, and the mandibles of the giant ants just glide through it. This is a major leafcutter ant. Majors are the biggest of the 4 subgroups. Cardboard and foam? What an odd flavour for a donut. This one is a minor, one of the smaller leafcutter ants. Leafcutters live in complex societies where every caste has a different task. Miners forage for food and leaves to bring back to the nest. This anthill is probably where those giant ants used to live. Anthills are complex constructions with many chambers connected by tunnels. Like the ants, each chamber has a function like being a nursery, waste disposal, fungi garden, or keeping aphids. This ant must be the queen ant. It's much bigger than the rest, even bigger than the majors. Plus it has a crown on its head. The Lab tab is a useful resource if you're ever feeling at a loss or just want to reflect on everything you've done so far. If you're ever stuck, check the Lab tab. The Transcript tab records everything I say for your reference. The Lab tab is a useful resource if you're ever feeling at a loss or just want to reflect on everything you've done so far. If you're ever stuck, check the Lab tab. The Transcript tab records everything I say for your reference. If you want to analyze something, you'll need to remove the capsule from the multi-tool. You'll need to take the capsule out if you want to analyze things. Pheromones are essential for ants to communicate. It's a little like a scent trail, except instead of sniffing with noses like giant ants need giant pheromones. We should have enough shrinkagen by now to scale them up. Try using the Optisizer. Now you need to deploy them, so again, push the yellow button on the Optisizer.
Yes, did it. And that stuff. Let's put them in. You wanna go, man? Let's go, man.
Pheromones are essential for ants to communicate. It's a little like a scent trail, except instead of sniffing with noses like we would, ants pick up pheromones via receptors on their antennae, and those pheromones can convey information like threat or donut. You should have just enough trail pheromone. Time to show you another feature of the drone, the vacuum beam. Drive the drone over to those pheromones and pull the trigger to suck them up. Now you can use the drone to lay a path. Pull the trigger to spray pheromones at the ground. Try to lead them to the intersection in front of the donut shop. It seems like a safe place for them to gather until we can shrink them. That's a good spot. Just do that a few more times to make a path from the ant. Good. You've got the start of a trail. Almost there. One more spray should... That's the minor ants gathered up. Now we just need to get the major ants together so we can shrink them all with one good blast of shrinkagen. Let's go back to the insect realm and see what we can find to attract the major ants. Major ants respond to threats to the colony. Other ants can create a burst of alarm pheromones that says there's something scary here, and the majors will come deal with the problem. The major ants seem awfully interested in this bottle. There was another ant in there. It must be releasing alarm pheromones that are making the major ants react. Unfortunately, even though you've freed it from the bottle, it's still stuck in that water drop. Thankfully, ants don't get their oxygen by sucking air into their lungs, so the water doesn't get inside very quickly. But they do have openings in their body, so they can't stay alive in that drop forever. If you collect it, maybe we can help it out. At this size, the forces holding the water drop together are stronger than the ant. You may be able to help by manipulating the scale of the water drop around it. We have enough shrinkagen to do that. That should have had some effect. Let's go to the human realm and see. The forces that make water molecules stick together are strongest at the edge of a water drop. So as soon as the drop is so big there's more middle than edge, the water drop breaks apart. These alarm pheromones indicate that this ant sees us as a huge threat. It's trying to call in reinforcements to protect the colony. And here come the major ants, ready to eliminate the threat, which in this case is us, so you might want to hurry. We have plenty of shrinkagen to take care of all these ants. Just grab that other capsule, put it in your multi-tool and blast those ants. There, perfectly regular-sized leafcutter ants going home to their perfectly regular-sized colony. I'd say that's a job well done. But let's make a quick trip up to the mountain realm to make sure we got them all.
Is it gonna make it? It made it. It did it.
Well, we got all the ants, but now there's... Is that a tardigrade?
It's a tardigrade.
That's incredible. We have to go see it up close. Take us back to the human realm.
I didn't tell you it was for a tardigrade. Boom. And go back. Yeah, the tardigrade.
Wow, that's a huge tardigrade. I love tardigrades. They are so cool. These troops are a total overkill. I'm sure it just wants to play. We need to scale it down before it gets hurt. And causes more damage, of course. This used to be one of those barricades until the tardigrade stepped on it. There's likely to be a lot more rubble around if you don't find a way to slow it down. They really didn't need to bring out the tanks for this. The tardigrade doesn't mean any harm. Thankfully, it looks like they're just waiting for now. Let's get to it. Try to explore and collect information. Doesn't hurt to get a second look at things.
Okay, guys, that's gonna be it for part 2. Go ahead and try and find part 3. Don't look for part 3 if you want to keep watching, but...
What are all you lab ducks doing out here?
It was a duck.
Shoot, go away.
Okay, let's go. See you guys in part 3. Hit the like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to see more of my content.